Hey Cougars, this is Marin Jacobs. I'm doing today's takeover for my view from BYU. I'm a landscape management student, I'm a senior, and I'm from Newport Beach, California. Really excited to talk to you today about plants. So it's freezing and I'm on my way to work right now at the BYU grounds greenhouse. Really excited to show you a little bit more about the behind the scenes stuff of making campus more beautiful. DM me if you have any questions on the BYU account or my account. So a little bit about me. I love plants, I love people, and I love landscape management. Anyone who not knows me knows I love BYU in my major. And the reason why is because the major really combines my three favorite things, which is nature, business and people, and design. There's a lot of different career paths that you can take, and it really found my niche here at BYU. This is the BYU grounds greenhouse. We're feeling really Christmassy, and this is where I work. It's a really great place. We have two greenhouses that are completely full of poinsettias right now for the Christmas season. We've had them since before Halloween, so yeah, we've been feeling Christmassy for a while. We'll use these for decorations on campus and give them to. So the other greenhouse that we have is full of interior plants that we take care of on campus and replace, and also use for like stagings for events. So a lot of the events on campus will bring these plants. So we just picked up a really big setup from Dance Sport in the Wilk. You can see all the plants in here. And I think the number one question we get every time we do a setup is, are these plants real? And they are, they're 100% real. So this greenhouse is in the LSB and it's maintained by Nora and her TAs. Nora is the floral and interior plant professor on campus. I will give more detail on those classes because they were some of my favorites at BYU. So both Nora's interior plants and floral design courses are awesome to take. It helped me decide to want to go into interior plant design and staging. Basically, I want to outfit commercial properties with interior plants. One of the reasons why I'm super passionate about interior plants is because of the psychological and physical benefits that they have and they bring to the workplace and home. They purify the air and also are shown to reduce stress and increase productivity in your workplace. Also in the interior plant class, you get to make a really cute bonsai and take it home. You get a bunch of free plants to really practice what you're learning and put it to use in your apartment or house. So that's the Life Sciences greenhouse on the 5th floor of the LSB. It's a pretty cool spot to study your interior plants, get ideas, do your homework. Also has a lot higher humidity here in the winter, so that's a plus. So a huge part of the landscape management program is the landscape design studio, and I'm going to take you inside right now. Okay, this is the landscape design studio. We have special desks for landscape design products, TAs, couches, and all of the projects for 103 residential landscape design are on this board. These are all the assignments that students will do in the 103 residential landscape design class. You go through the entire design and end up with a finished product and a finished landscape design for you to present to your client. So one of the questions I get all the time is, why landscape management? Like, why the green industry? Why on earth would you be interested in that? And I have a lot of reasons, but I want to explain a few of them, of the most important ones, because it's been cool to find what I'm passionate about. I think the number one thing is that I'm passionate about a ton of different things, and I wanted to find something that could incorporate the most amount of those things as possible. And like I explained earlier, landscape management really was a fit for all of those three things: design, nature, and people. And then on top of that, I just really wanted to find somewhere that I belonged at BYU, and I really didn't feel that until I got to the landscape management program. It's a really tight-knit group of people. We're all friends, we do a lot of stuff together, and it fit for me. And honestly, that's something that I love about BYU, is there's so many different niches and places for people to fit in, and if you look really hard, you can find your place at BYU. There's a place for everyone, and there's a ton of opportunities to find that. And the last thing that I want to mention is the field trips. We are always outside really living what we're learning. I've probably been on 25 field trips this semester alone in all my different classes. We're installing irrigation systems. We're looking for the weeds that we're learning about. Okay, now I'm taking you to the last greenhouse by Kiwanis Park, mainly used for research, but I'm really excited to show you guys this one. It's pretty cool. This is one of the greenhouses that we use in plant propagation, where we learn how to propagate all types of plants, from trees to herbaceous plants, everything, bulbs. So we work in here a lot. It's really fun. Okay, you guys, this is the orchid room, one of my favorites in all the greenhouses on campus. Something is literally always in bloom here. It is always beautiful, and it smells absolutely incredible. Okay, here we have the grand finale. This is the sunken garden. It has to be the most beautiful in all of the greenhouses. It's basically just an exhibit of beautiful plants. So I'm not going to bore you with identifying all of the different plants, but just walking you through this amazing, beautiful room in the Kiwanis Park greenhouses. This is seriously a sanctuary. So landscape management may not be for everyone, but plants definitely are. The cool thing about our program is that all of our classes are open to the public, and there is a minor, so you can definitely spend more time in the greenhouses if you want to. I'm going to write a list of those classes. My vision and my inspiration for interior plants is to create places like these where people in hospital rooms or in their workplace can come and find peace and clarity and sanctuary from everyday trials and struggles. Something else that I get a lot of questions about is this really cool opportunity called the National Collegiate Landscape Competition that our major competes in every single year. The past 2 years we've taken first place, and last year we went to North Carolina. So this year it's in Colorado, and I'm going to be competing in the interior plant identification competition, but there are competitions for hardscape installation, woodworking, all the plant identification you can imagine, and all the design you can imagine. And I mentioned BYU landscape management being a family, but the green industry itself is also a really big family. Everybody really wants to support each other and wants each other to succeed in their landscaping businesses, which is really unique to the green industry. So the most asked question today was about interior plants and which ones to have in your dorm or apartment. So I'm going to take you on a quick little plant tour of the ones I have in my apartment, and it'll hopefully give you a little bit more information. These two are my favorite beginner plants. We have Philodendron cordatum and variegated pothos. I made both of them hanging plants, but they don't have to be. You can trim them not to be. Super easy. This is a variegated sansevieria or snake plant. Super low light tolerating, almost no water. I water it once every 2 weeks. And a parlor palm, which is also a really good beginner plant. Moderate light, a little bit of water. This is my favorite plant. It's my fiddly fig. It just got 2 new leaves, so that is really exciting. People say it's a fussy plant, but if you get it in the right light with like no drafts, it really isn't too hard to take care of. Last plant I want to talk to you guys about is the Dracaena marginata. It is a good beginner plant, likes high light, but almost no water, and they're really hard to kill. They're super, super hardy. So my cute husband and I are off to the Provo Rec Center to knock off some miles for the BYU Lazy Man Ironman. I hope you've enjoyed my view from BYU, and DM me with any questions you may have.